Hi, thank you for joining me today. In this video, we are going to be correcting, or actually in this next series of videos, we will be correcting paragraphs. The title of the series of paragraphs you're going to see, so they're going to run in sequence, is called, and hopefully it's on your screen, A Sticky Business. Now, the process of proofreading and editing throughout the following series will involve me reading what's on the screen or the paragraph to you. Then I will remind or ask you to pause the video, reread it yourself, and then provide any corrections you may or you're able to identify on a separate piece of paper or in your notebook. And then from there, you're going to resume the video and we will correct it together. Of course, if you have a challenge to some of the corrections that I've included, or perhaps you have suggestions for those that I may have overlooked, you're more than welcome to include those in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the following. All right, please make sure, if you haven't already, you have a notebook, paper, pen, pencil, whatever comes handy. All right, so the title of this series is going to be called A Sticky Business. I'm going to go ahead and read the paragraph for us. All right. Did you know that the chewing gum industry is more than just sticky business? It also earns millions of dollars. The United States produces about 24 million miles of chewing gum each year, is available in different varieties, flavors, and shapes. But did you ever wonder where gum comes from? Did you ever wonder how it's made and where and when the first people began to chew it? People have been chewing gum, it turns out, for a very long time. Okie doke. Please pause the video. If you need me to repeat it, of course you can go back and then have me repeat it, or you can again pause the video, reread it yourself as it is on screen, make those corrections and resume when you're ready. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into our corrections. All right, so always when proofreading, it does help to read the sentences aloud individually to yourself, just to hear points of intonation, so a change in your voice, which is a possible suggestion of how to punctuate the sentence. Like for instance, if there's a question, oftentimes there's an inflection point or a raising of the voice or an elevation in the sound at the end of a sentence, suggesting, oh, perhaps there's a question. Like for instance, where did he go? Notice that sound change as opposed to where did he go, period. Where did he go? Anyway, probably not the best example, but let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so at the beginning it says, did you know that the chewing gum industry is more than just a sticky business? But then I noticed that there's no punctuation mark to break this sentence up as it bleeds into the other clause, right? It seems to be two different clauses going on with nothing to break them up, so it seems a little incoherent. Right now, as it stands, it says, did you know that the chewing gum industry is more than just a sticky business? It also earns millions of dollars. Well, okay, first I hear a question. Did you know that the chewing gum industry is more than just sticky business? I'm going to go ahead and punctuate this with a question mark. And let me go ahead and change my pen type. Excuse me. All right, make it a little bit thicker. Oh, that's green. Bear with me. This is always fun. Nope, still green. Let's see if I can change that. There we are. All right. Well, since I punctuated or ended the sentence with a question mark, I know that the next clause or the next sentence is starting fresh, which means I do need to begin, as with every sentence that starts, with a capital letter. So I'm going to go ahead and capitalize the I in it. So it also earns millions of dollars. The United States produces, and right away I can already see that there is a proper noun. Proper nouns being the names of places, people, or things. In this case, we have the name of a country, the United States, both of which in this sentence are lowercase. Therefore, I know I need to correct it by capitalizing both parts of the name. The United States produces about 24 million miles of chewing gum each year. Gum is available in different varieties, flavors, shapes. Oh my gosh, it's just a big run-on. Once again, same problem. I hear two different clauses, right? One of which never actually ended. There's no punctuation to end it, but I'm not sure how to end it, so let's reread it. So the United States produces about 24 million miles of chewing gum each year. Okay, well that seems like a good place to break the sentence, so I'm going to go ahead and end it there with a with a period. You end statements, which are sentences that deliver information or provide some kind of insight, with a period. Oh, that's right. I just ended the sentence, starting a new one. As a reminder, I do need to capitalize the following word, which is gum. So we're going to go ahead and capitalize that. All right. Gum is available in different varieties, flavors, and shapes. But did you ever wonder where gum comes from? Okay, so here I hear what's called a series or a list. And anytime you have three or more items, nouns, whatever they may be, in a series, you're generating a list, which means each of those factors or each of those parts in the series need to be separated using a punctuation mark known as a comma, which I'm going to go ahead and do now. So gum is available in different varieties, comma, flavors, comma, and shapes. Okay, and shapes. But then from here, it looks like it segues into another clause that I don't want to necessarily start fresh as a new sentence. So instead, I'm going to continue with a comma after shapes. So in different varieties, flavors, and shapes. But did you ever wonder where gum comes from? I hear a question here. Also, I see what's called a homophone. In this case, it's a word that sounds like the one I intend to use. However, it's the incorrect type or spelling of the word I'm looking for. And that word is where, which I'm going to underline here. This is W-E-A-R, which is where. Phonetically sounds the same as the other type of where, which means refers to a location. But W-E-A-R refers to, like, I'm wearing a shirt, right? I wear pants or I wear glasses. It's something you put on your body. Here, I'm looking instead for W-H-E-R-E, forgive my handwriting, which refers to location. So where gum comes from, question mark. And it looks like that next clause or the next sentence does begin with a capital. So did you ever wonder how it's made and where and when the first people began to chew it? Okay, well here, I actually noticed that there's a contraction, or at least it should be a contraction. Instead, it's the possessive object pronoun, which is its, S, no apostrophe. Means that it, whatever it may be, is in ownership of something, but instead I want it to read it is, which means I do need to add an apostrophe before the S. So it, apostrophe S. So did you ever wonder how it's, or as it is read, it's, oops, I've got the order wrong, bear with me. There we are. Okay, it plus the word is, that's how you would read the contraction. It is made, and where and when the first people began to chew it. Well, where and when, two items, not needing a comma to separate them as there's not more than three or more. But I do hear a question, where it comes from, and when the first people began to chew it, question mark. The next clause is beginning with a capital. People have been chewing gum, it turns out, for a very long time. Now here I have, how should I say, there's a certain portion of the sentence which is adding to or referring more to a subject. In this case, people have been chewing gum, comma, it turns out, comma, for a very long time. And when I say adds to or modifies, I mean it's just kind of like a little style choice, it turns out. So it's unrelated to the entire idea. It's like a separate thought, but we're including it in the sentence. But I do want to separate it from the flow of the original sentence by dividing it using a comma to kind of segue, or separate it, elegantly to kind of introduce the fact that, oh, it turns out this is a new discovery, right? It's more of a style choice. For a very long time statement, which means here I'm just going to go ahead and end it with a period. I'm not hearing a question. I'm not hearing an exclamatory sentence, and in the sense that things are being said with a lot of passion, therefore I don't need an exclamation mark, just a period. Okay, let me go ahead and I pray to God that this has recorded successfully. Yes, it has. All right, perfect. If you found this video helpful, I would very much appreciate it if you haven't already, if you would subscribe. Of course, like the video if you appreciated it and you would like to see more. Otherwise, I would appreciate any feedback or any comments, whether it's a correction or just general feedback to the video in this format, in the comment section below. All right, I look forward to the next one. Hopefully this was helpful, and I look forward to working with you again. Bye.